Okay, well.
Sassy wants to point out, of course, there are differences, not a surprise for being in midlife. More will come up, especially when living together, since it's right there. How it's handled is key. But here's the fantasy. I'm going to tell you something as a coach who's worked for 15 years. And this is no disrespect to women. Many of you ladies have a fantasy. Well, if we love each other, it'll magically work out.
No, I've been saying this mainly since we've moved in together, but we've also had the experience before this of disagreeing or whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe it is because we're in midlife. Maybe we've gone through this with other relationships and whatnot, but I feel like we've met the differences head on and talked about them and worked through them.
But a lot of couples don't do that. They don't have the relationship skills. And no disrespect. I know men get a bad rap. Yeah. Men get a bad rap for being emotionally unavailable, emotionally stunted, emotionally constipated. But women are no fucking picnic either.
Yeah,
you're not great at this.
I know.
A lot of times, you can, not you, but the collective can vomit their emotions and feelings or be antagonistic. My point is relationship skills is not easy, particularly in the area of conflict resolution. That, again, coming back to 8 Dates talks about this. Most every nonviolent communication by Marshall Rosenberg. It's because not only do we come from love, but we've developed the skills to communicate. We can identify. Oh, here's something. Paula will agree on this. I spend a fair amount of time trying to identify what I'm feeling and then articulate what I'm feeling, so I can be seen.
A lot of men don't have that.
I get that, but women aren't necessarily great at it either. However, it's learning to identify what you're feeling is so critically important. And another thing so many couples do, and this is my rant, okay, is that they just hope that chemistry will whitewash all of the things we're coming. This question was about differences. And yes, you're going to have hundreds of differences, but most everybody thinks, you know what? The minute you have a difference, guess what they do? They start swiping on the next one. They start swiping on the, you know what? My mother, father got married. They were married 66 years. And once they said, I do, that was for life. They had to work through their shit. And today, relationships are disposable.
So can I piggyback?
Okay, that's my rant.
All right, I'm going to piggyback on that.
Okay.
I think that the commitment was there in old-fashioned relationships. Yeah. First of all, there wasn't the ability to so easily get out of them, right?
Yes.
But the deeper piece of that, the more bird's eye view of that, is the all-in piece.
Yes.
It is the commitment piece. And I think that what you and I have, you always come from love. The bigger picture of it is that we're looking at it from the standpoint of not necessarily, am I right? And what is that saying? Would you rather be right or would you rather be kind?
Happy? Would you rather be right or would you rather be happy?
Happy. Yeah. But more importantly, what's important here? Like, it's not necessarily whether you're right or wrong. It's whether or not you love each other. So can somebody can the saner person of the two step back and go, we still love each other, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is really important.
By the way, I want to say something for everybody. We are not sitting on a high horse here. We are only 9 months in.
No.
We don't have 20 years of backstory to say that what we're feeling is a guarantee. I'm very well aware that, I don't anticipate this happening, but we may not work out. Okay. I mean, that's a very real possibility. I'm just sharing where we're at today and how we got to where we're at today. I feel a strong sense of knowing that this is my ride or die person. Okay. I mean, I'm all in it for, I'm in it for the long run. Okay. And because I've looked at it and said, you know what? I'm in this, even if you got sick tomorrow kind of thing, I'm in it for that reason. A lot of people don't go all in. And this is why these days, the most common relationships, besides hooking up, besides situationships, besides friends with benefits, are casual relationships. And casual relationships may come with monogamy, it may come with exclusivity, but it doesn't come with, I'm in it, I'm all in. I mean, I'm burn the boats kind of thing.
I'm all in with with you.
Yeah. And if you're poking holes, if you've got one foot out the door, if you're feeling maybe, then that relationship is always going to be precarious. Okay. It's when you say, I'm all in. And that's scary to say all in. And by the way, for men, that can be ultra scary to go all in, because a lot of men they might fear commitment. They might fear being betrayed. They might even fear being a burden on someone. I know I met with a client and her partner, and there's this fear of being a burden on someone. Our fears can block our capacity to go all in. And the only way you can, for lack of a better word, rectify it is through sincere, deep, vulnerable, authentic conversations. That's the only way you're going to get there. And to be transparent with one another. And that's not easy to do. Okay, I'm done ranting.
Can I
Okay.
add one other thing?
Yes.
You know, when you and I, one of the things that I really treasured about the way you approached me
Okay.
was that, and my nervous system felt at ease and in trust, because you weren't saying I'm all in to this being forever.
Yeah.
You were saying I'm all into the exploration of who we are together.
Yes. I wanted to see where this was going to go.
But it was the words that really got me. And I think if more people use those words, like I'm into the exploration of what this means.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean we're going to be together.
Well, there was also, I didn't want to create a false sense of commitment either, in the sense like, look,
that's what I'm saying.
I don't know if this, but here's the thing. After 3 months, I have a steadfast rule. If you're 3 months in, you guys are having sex on a regular basis, and at the latest 6 months in, you're not saying this is serious, man, you are rolling the dice. You are rolling. If you are you want to be all in.
For what though? 3 months
to be all in.
Not enough time to say I'm all into a commitment. You're saying I'm all into the exploration.
But I'm okay. And look, I'm getting pushback right now. I say within 3 to 6 months, you're saying, look, I'm in it for the long run. This is where I want to take it. I think people drag out relationships so long. You should be so intentional that within 3 to 6 months, you can get to that place of like, look, I want to ride or die with this person. If you can't get there in 3 months or 6 months, I'm talking about being in love. Remember, we had a whole conversation about love.
Yeah.
Okay, the in part is all in. I'm in love means I'm all in. If you can't get there in 6 months, it's rare that you're ever going to get there after that. In fact, I would say it should happen within the 3 to 6 month mark. Okay. By the way, we're almost at an hour, but we got a lot of questions. Are you willing to go a little longer?
Go.
Okay. Question. I talked to a man for a month. We had a good conversation, even told me about getting sexually abused, but would never meet me. Well, most likely he has a fear, and his motivation, I'm just speculating here. We have a population of very lonely people that are desirous of companionship, connection, and even physical intimacy, but they don't have the capacity to even physically walk out the door. I know, by the way, after COVID, I was an agoraphobe. I didn't want to leave the house after COVID. So my point is, and that's, I
couldn't wait to get out.
No, I get that. But I mean, I have probably become more isolated since that event. And imagine if he was sexually abused at some point in his time, he's probably got some deep wounds. And while you've had good conversations, if you're not willing to meet, then what's the point? Coming back to intention. The most important question is, not only is what are you looking for in a relationship, but more importantly, ask the question, what does commitment mean to you? Okay, someone write that down. What are you actually looking for in the form of relationship, and not the word relationship, but actually describe what that looks like. Paula knows It looks like at the beginning, spending 3 or 4 days and nights a week together, doing shared activities, hobbies, mutual interests, spending time with family and friends, traveling together, teamwork, building skills, both in our personal and our professional life. Intimacy, both physical and emotional intimacy that leads to either moving in together or getting married. I was clear on what it looked like. Everybody, and I can tell you, I speak to women all day long, and you know what? You're deers in the headlight, even for a lot of women, that they don't know what it looks like. And you better know what the word commitment means to you and articulate that to another person. And Regina, I apologize. I'm sounding like I'm ranting, but I'm passionate about this. Naivety is no excuse anymore. It's time to be grown up and apply grown-up conversation. So ask those deeper questions than, how's your day going? Did you have a good day? I hope you had a good day. I know I'm a little bit bombastic in that way. All right. Regina. All right. Oh, wait. She came back. He was attracted to me, but he said he was confused about sex, whatever that means.
Mhm.
Well, if a man said that to you, Paula, what would you say to him?
He's confused about sex. I mean, I'd just be getting curious, Regina. You know, the question really is this, I mean, coming from your place, you know, is this a man you'd like to know more of sexually? And if so, what is it about that might be attractive to you? You're talking a lot about he was attracted to me, et cetera, but what's attractive to you?
Yeah,
what is attractive to you?
Yeah.
So maybe he was being vulnerable, and that's a lovely thing. Question becomes, you know, what is it that you want? What does Regina want?
There you go.
Yeah, what does Regina want?